One that I like to do myself to try to warm up is basically just to take an open chord. It's based on the four note G, the top four strings of a G chord, right? But basically dropping the major third so you have the open G. So you're there with two Gs, the one from the D string that you're fretting on the 5th fret. And then I'm doing a kind of a roll. You can go just to get the feel of a downstroke with the thumb, or if you're using a flat pick, downstroke like that. 2 upstrokes on the open G, and then with the middle finger and with the ring finger, the D note on the B string. Or going the other way. And then I do something like this. It's kind of just a lick. It's a combination, really, in a way. I start with the G flat into the G on the D string, then followed by an upstroke with the index finger on the G. So you're basically hitting the G note 3 times. Yeah. So it's like I say, it's a F sharp note, sliding to or hammer onto the G note on the D string, followed by an upstroke on the open G, downstroke on the G note on the D string again, and then going. So it's an upstroke on the D note on the B string, followed by the open G, upstroke, another downstroke on the G on the D string, and then the top G. So you get. Alternating, with that roll back, alternating between the G note on the E string and the D note on the B string, so that just alternating those two, but the other notes that you're coming back on would be the 2 Gs, basically, the open G. And then you can move the whole thing down so that your right hand is still doing the same thing, but at least you're not driving yourself crazy with the same chord, You can either with the F on the top, or you can also just keep the G, that high G, as a sort of sustained note or constant. And what's really good is if you do this with a metronome, set the metronome, because obviously with any new phrase, there'll be easy bits and the hard part. There might be a part that slows you down a little bit. So you should adjust it to the speed that will allow you to be consistent. Set it no faster than you're able to do the hard part. And then just so that you can just, as the hard part becomes a little easier, then you can gradually move the metronome up. It not only helps your timing, which is very good, but it allows you to monitor your success and see. It's like, I'd never been able to play it this fast, when I started. If you did that just for, spend 5 minutes on it per day, it'll be a little easier each day. And of course, if you're willing to spend more time than 5 minutes, it'll come really easily. You'd be surprised how fast you get after a while. If you're doing a scale, like a G scale, right, like that, going backwards. Or even better, if you want to make it more interesting, changing the notes around a little bit. It's basically a G scale, just going, for instance. Now, you have to let go. It's always nice when you can let notes ring together. But you can't do that because you, like, for instance, if you're playing two notes on the same string, you have to let that G note go in order to hit the F sharp note. But if you do them on adjacent strings, you know, the G can still be ringing there, right? So you hold the note, the last note, for as long as you can until you have to let it go to make way for another note. So you're playing the F sharp after the G, but although you have to let the G go, the F sharp's still ringing, so you still have that F sharp there. So you've got at least two notes ringing at the same time, and sometimes even three, like in that case. When you get to the D note, open B to the C. Instead of, you know, it's like, it just sounds so much more interesting that way, yeah.